Now, I initially started off this video roasting the Danny Duncan fans who were in my comments yesterday calling me a clout chaser and a bunch of other stuff, but I'm going to take a different approach. I realize that most of them are very young and look up to this man, so I'm not going to clown on you. I understand why you might have been upset with the video I made, because nobody wants to believe that somebody that they look up to has done terrible things. But bro, listen, this proof that has come out now, you can't deny it, bro, and I'm going to show you right now. Apparently, there have been dozens and dozens of victims who have come forward privately, but in this video, we're going to go over the 2 victims who came out publicly with proof. Now, this video is mostly going to be about the second victim. The first victim is somebody I spoke about in the last video. I'm gonna take 30 seconds to talk about her real quick. Back in 2020, this girl with the TikTok username Aves the Goat made a TikTok alleging that Danny Duncan was a P-word and tried things with her while she was underage. Now, granted, she did not make any explicit accusations saying he did this to me or did that to me. All she said is that he was a P-word, and she showed proof that they did in fact meet up in person. Now, with that being said, because she didn't make any actual accusations, we don't know exactly what he's being accused of. However, somebody in my comment section, one of my haters actually, made a good point. Now, I'm gonna assume he deleted his comment because I can't find it, but he basically said he didn't think I was funny or that I made good points. But the one thing that made him think Danny Duncan was sus was the fact that he was just in those pictures chilling there so comfortably with an underage girl like there's nothing wrong. And I was like, yo, that makes a lot of sense. Like, even if you don't like me or even if you don't agree with anything else I said in the video, that is a good point. Just the mere fact that he's there so comfortably chilling with this underage, bro, I don't, that's sus. I'm sorry, it just is, bro. But yeah, I went on her TikTok account. She was getting flooded with comments, and when I checked back on her thing yesterday, her TikTok account was wiped off of the internet. She deleted it, so yeah, there's nothing we can do about that. People ask, oh, why do people not come forward about stuff? It's because of this, bro. Like, this girl had to delete her account because of how much hate she was getting. Anyways, on to victim number 2. Now, here's where the real proof comes in. Screenshots, screen recordings, everything. And I'm going to keep it a stack with you guys. Most of this, in my eyes, does not classify as hard proof. It's more like supporting details. However, there is one specific thing here that changes literally everything. That is the piece of objective proof, and I have to wait until I've shown you all the supporting details so that you fully understand everything when this last puzzle piece is connected. Now, I want to start this out by saying this tweet is from July of 2020, a year and a half ago. This did not just come out when Danny Duncan was getting into drama. The tweet reads, "Hi, I was groomed by the YouTuber Danny Duncan when I was 17. These screenshots are from July 2018 after I went to his Houston concert and he messaged me after. When he added me on Snapchat, he continuously asked me to send him nudes and videos for months, knowing I was 17 and knowing it was wrong." So on Keemstar's interview he just did with this girl, she said that she apparently was at his concert and she threw her bra on the stage. There is video evidence of this. She showed it. I'm gonna play it right here.
So your friends like dared you to throw your bra on stage or whatever. You do that. What happens next?
She also showed pictures of herself with Danny Duncan, so this did in fact take place. After the concert, they started talking on Instagram, and the following screenshots go like this. Now guys, I'm just gonna commentate directly on this with a screen recording. The editing is going to take way too long with all of these different pictures and stuff, so yeah, this is why I'm doing this. So anyways, let's look at it like this. Now, I'm going to skip over these little screenshots right here. These are like cropped pictures of the conversation. I want to skip to the whole thing, but I'm gonna read these tweets first. She says, "It makes me nauseous thinking about how he groomed me, and I wanted to tweet about it because I know there's more girls and he has so many young fans that are mostly boys. Danny Duncan is abusing his power of being a famous YouTuber and needs to be held accountable. Oh, and also forgot to add that he literally has a Polaroid lingerie photo of me. I'm 18 in the picture, but still, dog, he was like 27. Now, there's no proof of this, so I can't do anything with this tweet. Moving on to the next one. My friend sent me these screenshots from the 23rd of June 2019 when I was texting her my conversation with Danny and how gross he was being. I only asked for money from him because I was so uncomfortable at this point. I thought money was gonna make up for it and he'd just leave me alone." And she basically shows these texts. I'm gonna go through them real quick. Now, I'm gonna keep it a buck with you guys. This part of the proof is just allegations. It's just text messages. It's not really too relevant, but I'm gonna tell you the things that she's saying that Danny has done to her. And if true, these are pretty, like, but just, you don't do this with a child, bro. She says Danny has been begging for a twerk video. Then she just told her friend about how, you know, the exchange that she had with him. You can pause to read this if you want, but I'm gonna skip to the important part because I kind of see this as somewhat of filler. I don't want to take up too much time with irrelevant things. You can read this if you want, but here's the main part of this little screenshot with her friend. "He wants to see my ass. I sent it to him. He was like, I don't care that you can't twerk. Just trying to get it over with." The friend says, "Did he reply?" She says, "Yeah, he said I like it. You're good." This man. And he said, "Can you spread your ass though and touch your toes?" And she replied, "In the next one I'll remember to do that. I already got in bed and got dressed." Basically trying to make an excuse as to why, you know, she can't do the video. Then she tells her friend she does not want to do another one. So if that is true, that is messed up. But again, this is not the proof. These are just screenshots, right? Just of her and her friend from 2019. She goes on to then say, "Just did some more research and realized in the first Snapchat chat screenshots, those photos of me were from when I was 17. The other screenshot, I was 18 because I was trying on my lingerie for the first time and I still have the email confirmation. I've shocked myself." Again, we don't really see any proof of, you know, that conversation, so this tweet, I can't use that as anything. She then says, "I completely forgot I journaled about my experience with Danny because I stopped writing while it was happening, but here's what I wrote about it. I always date my pages and covered some unrelated embarrassing stuff about myself with friends." Now this right here, as again, this is not, I can't use this as proof. It's literally just like journal entries, long ass pages of Danny Duncan. Now, as to why somebody would literally write all of this out, it's like when it can't even be as proof, I don't know. That's what I'm saying, like, this is sus, but you can't use this to like this is not hardcore proof, so I'm not gonna spend time going over this. Y'all can pause to read if you want. And here's his address he gave me so I could send him the lingerie photo of me and also come to his house for my 18th. Oof, gross. I'm trying not to dox him, so that's why I covered it. I'm also on different paper because I had many journals and just combined them into one. So she apparently has his address. Now, I don't know if his address is on Google, but if this is true, this could be seen as proof, because how else would she have his address? I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, yeah. Just another photo from 2 years ago today proving that we did Snapchat each other. I can't believe I was obsessed with him and didn't see how gross and wrong this was, but I'm glad I'm finally sticking up for myself now. I don't want other girls to fall for the same stuff I did. Again, I can't say this is proof because, bro, it's literally just a snap with somebody named Danny Duncan. Anybody could name themselves Danny Duncan. Now, admittedly, this is an Instagram post from 2018. It's a screenshot, and she was basically she's basically bragging about having a relationship with this guy, saying, "As I was trying to take a effing snap to send him, he sends me one. If this isn't love," you know, just the younger version of herself, like fangirling or whatever. Again, it is I don't know like why this person would just like have a screenshot from like what, 3 years ago at this point, just laying around. But again, this is not hardcore proof. You cannot use this. I can't. So I'm gonna move on to the more relevant thing. But fear not, guys, further on in this tweet we will get to the hardcore proof. I'm just going over all the supporting details so that you can have a better understanding when I put in this final piece. Now this right here could be in fact seen as proof. I'm not sure how Venmo works, but take a look at this. She says, "Someone said that if my Venmo picture was actually real, I'd post the between me and you of the Venmo, so here it is." She posts a screenshot with Danny Duncan's Venmo at, and the fact that the between me and you section says he paid her $100. Again, I'm not too sure how Venmo works, but this to me looks like solid proof if it can be verified that this is in fact his account, which I don't know why it wouldn't be. This is literally what he's named on all social media. She then says, "Guys, I deadass just found the original photos from the first tweet. Proof that it's from his verified account." I could literally cry because the photos in this initial tweet right here, these are cropped. These are like screenshots that she probably just took today, but these screenshots are from, you know, back in the day, I'm assuming. And what she's talking about is that in this first tweet right here, these are little cropped images. I'm assuming she thought that this was all the evidence that she had because, you know, this is all from 2020. She then goes on to say, "Guys, I deadass just found the original photos from the first tweet. Proof that it's from his verified account." I could literally cry. And what she means is that in this first tweet, obviously this was taken on July 18, 2020. And these tweets down here are from, let me see here. Obviously because these are from July 18, 2020. So she probably thought that she lost the screenshots. And let me see when this new tweet was tweeted. Is it 2021? No, it's October. Wait, hold on. October 19, 2020. Oh, bro, this girl has been adding to this thread over time. So this is July, September, October, December. Bro, this girl has been adding and adding and add. Damn, bro, this girl. I'm sorry. This being fake to me, like, she has put in so much work and she's getting like 7 likes on the tweets. It can't be for clout that she's been putting this out for months, bro. Like, it looks so sus on Danny Duncan. Like, to say it's not sus, I'm sorry, but We have yet to get to the hardcore proof. I'm just going over all the supporting details here. She then goes on to say, guys, yeah, I read this already. I'm gonna go into the actual tweets here. So she shows the first ever tweet that she has with, or the first ever DM she has with Danny Duncan. Now he says fidget spinner bomb. In the Drama Alert interview, she explains that the whole fidget spinner bomb thing was because when they were at the concert, she apparently gave him a fidget spinner and it was like an inside joke about their conversation. So after he says that to her, she says, thanks for replying. Can I have my bra back, LMAO? Obviously referring to the bra that she threw on the stage. Then she says, JK, some kid in the crowd has my bra. Anyways, I appreciate everything you do. The video is everything. Seriously, you're a role model of mine. Thank you. Loved the show, right? He then does not reply to her and she double texts saying, hey, if you're ever in Houston again and you need to borrow a bra, I got you. And I know some people are gonna be like, hey, yeah, she's the one who's coming on to him. She's obviously throwing herself at him. Like, how is she a victim? You have to keep in mind, this girl was a minor at the time. That's not how consent works. If he's a 27-year-old man, he should know to back off of these underage people. He then goes on to respond, you're gonna get me put in jail. She responds to that message and says, March 27th, it will be legal then. Hit me up. Have fun on our tour, babes. He then responds with a disappearing photo, and she actually showed what that photo was in the first tweet that I skipped out. Let me go back to it. The photo here in the disappearing photo was this picture right here where he said to her, HMU then, haha. She then puts another screenshot saying, someone asked me to take their name out of my post because they were unrelated. So I'm reposting with the timestamp so you know I posted in 2020. Just reposting. And she then goes on to show, I guess these are Venmo screenshots or something. So yeah, this all makes a bit more sense now. Remember that tweet earlier where somebody said, hey, if this is real, show me the between me and you section of the Venmo. And that's where she showed the first Venmo screenshot. I'm assuming that was actually the part 2. I'm assuming this tweet is the part 1. It's obviously now deleted. She says someone asked her to delete it because, you know, obviously their name was in there. But yeah, I'm assuming she posted this tweet right here and then someone responded saying, hey, if this Venmo screenshot is real of Danny Duncan sending you $100, show the between me and you section. And obviously she did show the between me and you section, showing that Danny Duncan did in fact pay her $100. That is true. She then goes on to post screenshots of her apparently sending birthday suit pictures to Danny Duncan. So she says, had to delete the original post because you could see through the black. Well, that's not very good. CP right there. Here's the timestamp to show it was an older post. Okay, so yeah, she then goes on to post these conversations with her and Danny exchanging pictures. The original tweet that she deleted says, I sent them because he was my role model and I thought he liked me. I didn't know any better and he used that to his advantage. After a few months, he realized how wrong it was to do this stuff with a 17-year-old and asked me to message him when I turned 18. Now fam, that is still grooming, but hey, whatever. Anyways, she then goes on to show these images of you know, herself in these birthday suit pictures, her and Danny Duncan. You know what I'm saying? Now I will be the first to say, I don't know if this like would be considered proof because it's literally just the name at the top of the screen, Danny Duncan. It doesn't show proof that this is his actual @ but yeah, these are some supposedly underage NUD3S. Danny then says, or did I make you mad somehow and you hate me now? Are you trolling me, LMAO? I'm not sure what the conversation was before this, but yeah, that's that. Moving right along. Again, I'm not saying these screenshots are fake or anything. Obviously, like, if you wanted to fake this, you could do it so much better. You know, there's a lot of missing context and all that. So it does add to, you know, the credibility that it might be real. But again, it's not hardcore proof because all we see is the name Danny Duncan. We don't actually see the @ of the Snapchat account, right? So then she goes on to post more screenshots. This is actually from yesterday. So when I initially found this proof, this was not there. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, look at this. I found a lot more stuff on my spam account there of Danny and I talking. So apparently she posted this screenshot on August 2018, you know, showing off to her friends that she talks to Danny Duncan and whatnot. So she says, Jay, I'm assuming that, yeah, I don't think this is like relevant to read out. It's just normal conversation. Computer's being really aged right now. But yeah, anyways, now of course you could make the argument and be like, oh yeah, these screenshots are fake, blah blah blah, and I'm sure there's like a 0.2% chance that maybe they could be fake. But let's be real here, guys. This is from 3 years ago. Just the thought that somebody like screenshotted and posted on their spam account, because, you know, just fake screenshots of talking to Danny Duncan where he's barely responding to them, and like, you know, came up with this whole idea that they were gonna post it here so that in 3 years time they made this big elaborate scheme that they would just come out of the closet 3 years later and then choose to expose him. Like, that's not realistic. Like, that's most likely not what happened. But again, this is not hard proof. Yes, these are most likely not fake, but we don't actually have proof that they are 100% real, so I can't do anything about this. I have to move on. She then shows this screenshot here of Danny and you know, sending a photo, and as the caption she says, "I love nutting." I'm assuming that means this is a picture of nut or something. I mean, she did say they sent pictures and videos to each other. I couldn't tell you, but yeah. She then goes to post another screenshot of a user with the Instagram name Danny Duncan 69, who obviously is Danny Duncan, sending her happy birthday. This is March of 2019. Again, more proof that they just had conversations. 1 year later, she posted a screenshot of Danny adding her back on Snapchat, and in the comments, somebody asked, "Why did he unadd you?" She says, "Because he deleted Snapchat." Again, this is like years ago. To think someone would just plant this there so they could come back with it 2 years in the future in 2021, like they predicted the future, or like came up with this long-term plan, like on some Attack on Titan level stuff. It's not realistic to think that way, but yeah. Now this is where things start to get a little bit deep. She apparently sent this to Danny, and she says, "Personally, it's just what you do. I know you always say you don't need drugs or alcohol to have fun, and you prove it by doing all these stunts and just living life. However, that's why I even started first liking you, but now I just see it as immature. One thing that really pisses me off is when you say der, cause I believe in 2019, no one should be saying things like that. Der is literally imitating a mentally handicapped person." Oh, I think she means like, duh, like, you know what I'm saying? Besides that, back to what I was saying about immaturity, it's just that you're 27 and you do you to make yourself happy. I just can't see myself getting effed by someone who is a full-fledged adult child that is playing with fireworks for no reason or being naked and covering himself in watermelons. Again, this is a screenshot from the spam that was posted a long ass time ago. She says, "Me at 4 a.m. trying to make Danny understand that I don't want to F him, but he's not understanding. Danny said, I understand, but you don't have to be mean about it. Sorry, I was being assertive and telling my feelings, and your small man brain took that as mean. Oh God, update. He is not like on the verge of mental breakdown. He messaged me, I don't know why I don't grow up. It's weird. Haha, please see a therapist. Random indistinguishable letters. Please see a therapist. I'm begging." She then shows proof that this is from September of 2019. She then posts a picture of the bra that Danny Duncan allegedly signed when she threw it on the stage. This is from 2018. Now again, this is sus. This adds to the supporting details, but you can't say it's hardcore proof because I know some of the supporters are gonna be like, "Oh, she could have just signed her own bra, you know, like, and taken the picture and, you know, plan to come up with it 3 years in the future." Like, you know, some people will say that, whatever, right? Moving on, again, we're getting to the harder proof here. Now, a supporter then goes on to say, "I don't know, man. I think we need..." Now, here is where the proof comes in. A guy said, "I don't know, man. I think we need more proof. I could easily create those same images," which I agree with. I could create them too. Now, a supporter then comes into the conversation and says, "I don't know, man. I think we need more proof. I could easily create those same images," which is what I was saying. Screenshots, as damning as they may be, you can't really use them as proof because you can't Photoshop screenshots, right? He then says, "I could make that even if I only had stock photos. Show screen recordings of you going on Danny's IG. Show more." And this is where the proof comes in. You absolutely cannot deny this. This is a screen recording. I'm going to show this right now. And this is what I was talking about at the start of the video, right? By itself, none of this is enough to say that this is objective proof, because as much as the screenshots are there, we have no proof to say that she actually spoke with Danny Duncan, because technically speaking, some extremely insane person who has years and years of hatred and obsession with Danny Duncan and a lot of smarts and intelligence and time on their hands could technically take the years it needed to put all this together. Again, that's not realistic, but let's just go and let's just consider that the 0.3 possibility that this could happen is even a thing, right? We had no proof that it was not that case until this video was dropped here. She says, "Here's our convo from today. As you can see, he has deleted all of his side from the chat. I deleted some of mine at his request." And she shows the conversation. Now again, guys, if you look through this entire thing, you can see every single screenshot that was shown previously in the Twitter thread. You know, like, all of it is here, right? So we know that she didn't just make this up. However, again, we don't have proof to say that Danny Duncan actually spoke to her, because if she's saying that Danny Duncan's messages, he deleted them, which, yes, that is believable. It's not unbelievable to say something like that. Obviously, he would delete them to hide his tracks. However, that means they're not in the screen recording, which means we can't say there's proof. However, here is where there's the nail in the coffin. Danny Duncan tried to hide his tracks by deleting his messages, making it look like he never actually spoke to this girl, right? But we have proof that he did. Because, guys, look at this tiny detail. If you can look at the bottom of the screen right here, you can clearly see that when she opens Danny Duncan's chat, it says "seen." Now, I don't know if any of you have ever tried to message a celebrity before. Most of them, you get stuck in the request. For you to have a scene means that y'all were having conversation. So this is objective proof that they did speak. And with the final proof in the coffin that they did actually talk, we know that for a fact. And I think we can pretty safely say this girl did not just like spend 2 whole years DMing herself in Danny's inbox. You know, as you can see here, obviously there's messages in the screen recording from like 2018. I'm sure she didn't just take 2 whole years to DM herself in his, right? So if we're going to use this and say and know for a fact that he did actually speak to her, it makes it 10 times more believable that all of this did take place and he just deleted all of his messages. And if we can believe this, everything else in this thread starts to fall into place. And again, let's just look at the facts here. Y'all gonna say she's doing it for clout. This literally has 12 likes, bro. 12 likes. There's no clout here. She's getting she's probably getting flooded by hate by Keemstar's drama alert people, bro. Because he gave her an interview, yeah, where people in the comments are hating on it. To me, this is like 99% sus. Bro, I don't think Danny Duncan can save himself at this point. If you can genuinely sit here and look at everything I just showed you and tell me that that is not like a mountain of like almost damning evidence, bro, I'm sorry. Like, you have to be delusional. You have to at least admit that it's sus. You have to at least admit it, bro. But with that being said, we do have to just wait until Danny responds. Again, I don't know what he could possibly say to get himself out of this. But guys, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. It's been your boy John, and you are now leaving my mind.